we are back after 1 month of break. We want to win both games because we need all the possible points. So yeah, we've been training hard. So we expect to get the 2 victories and smash them.
Bayern are currently on the 8th position of the table. We are 3rd, and of course there will be pressure on them. I expect a very offensive Bayern München because they need the points, they need to win. And for us, we are now in a luxury position. We don't have to win, but yeah, we will make use of the advantage that we are positioned higher than them. It's going to be a tough battle, but hopefully, yeah, we can get a great result against Bayern München.
Seconds away from kickoff now, Harry, and of course, remember you can watch this game on this stream. You can also watch it on the respective club channels as well. As in Dominator mentioned there, Harry, this is a similar sort of situation to the last game where we had Barcelona who were high-flying and we had Juventus who were underachieving and needed, a massive performance. Bayern Munich in 8th and Arsenal in 3rd. It's got a similar sort of vibe to it, possibly.
Yeah, it does. And I see this one as actually a really intriguing tactical affair. We're just watching the two teams prepare their lineups now. Obviously, Jose and in Dominator, the 2 captains, will be just going over things and making sure that everything is in tip-top shape. They've had a month to prepare, for this matchup against one another. And I mean, we speak about it seems to be week in, week out here in the eFootball.Pro IQONIQ. In Dominator might be one of the most tactically minded players in the entire league. He knows how he wants to set his Arsenal team up and have Barbosa and obviously Indejawa back him up in that regard. But it's going to be a tough one here, I think, because like you said, Bayern Munich on the outside looking in, they are nowhere near we expect them to be at this point in the season. When you think back to last summer, they were the eFootball.Pro Cup champions, and they look to try and ride that momentum into this season. It hasn't panned out that way, but they'll be looking for a bounce-back performance here against Arsenal.
They will indeed, and based on the last game, of course, we know what's going to happen, don't we, Harry? Bayern Munich are going to go and get 6 points. It's going to be exactly the same, isn't it? Because that always happens in our predictions. Of course, expect 2 victories for Arsenal. Yeah, we are getting underway now. Bayern Munich kicking from left to right in their home strip, and Arsenal from right to left in their away strip. And it looks like it's going to be a fairly fast start from Bayern Munich. The flick around the corner looking for Matchday is intercepted. And Barbosa just calms things down. Of course, 2 of the greatest scholars of the game, one apiece in Dominator for Arsenal and Alex for Bayern Munich. Harry, wonderful words from them most weeks and across the years. And they've been there, done it, got the T-shirt, haven't they?
They're so insightful, and I love speaking to them. The interviews after this match, I think, is going to be a really insightful pair of interviews. But I think if you're going to pick 3 players out to keep an eye on in this match, I think it's those 2, alongside Barbosa, obviously, in Dominator and Alex Alguacil, the 2 leading goal scorers for their respective clubs. And Barbosa, last season with Boavista, we were expecting him to hit the ground running here on Arsenal.
He was
to play a bit more of a midfield sort of holding role almost alongside Indejawa. But if he can get in those goal-scoring opportunities, we've seen in the past that the good goal scorers here in the league, you never really lose it. I mean, form is temporary, class is permanent.
Absolutely. There's one thing for sure when it comes to Barbosa. He's not short on emotion. If he's to score a goal, you certainly know about it. As the ball gets played out towards the right-hand side, and is indeed, of course, that man who we were referring to, who pops it off to captain in Dominator. Now pops it round the corner again and out towards his left-hand side. This is much better from Arsenal as Barbosa gets into the area. The ricochet cross through to the goalkeeper. No fast start like we saw in the first game. between Juventus and Barcelona. It is level pegging, 15 minutes gone. Bayern Munich 0, Arsenal 0.
Yeah, I've always been intrigued to see how Arsenal line up when it comes to the in-game formation, because we see on the game plan, the game sheet, whatever you want to call it, they play a 5 at the back, but it's not a conventional sort of 3 centre-backs. It's one of the centre-backs almost playing as a defensive midfielder, so it's always interesting to see how exactly they line up when it comes to the in-game situation. And, well, if they can keep the ball and prevent Bayern Munich countering them, it's going to be a tough day at the office, I think, here for the Bavarians, because it's as we saw previously, Juventus struggled to break down teams who like to sit back and have bodies behind the ball. I mean, it didn't seem to struggle against Barcelona in our first match, so anything could happen here.
David Luiz up towards Pepe, and now Rob Holding joins the attack, being controlled by Indejawa. They do love this possession-based football, Arsenal. As the ball gets played through towards Barbosa again. Dispossessed. Not quite the fiery start we had in the first game. It's more of a tactical affair so far, which is just as intriguing sometimes, Harry, to see how it all works.
Yeah, and it's what we come to expect, really, isn't it, of an dominator Arsenal team. We expect them to keep possession, and we expect them to try and frustrate their opponents. But I'll be honest, keeping possession only really frustrates your opponents when you're actually scoring goals.
Barbosa almost played an assist to himself, nodding the ball over the defender, and he almost ran onto it, bearing down on goal, but good defending in the end from the Germans as 50-50 waved away by the referee, saw nothing in that. Halfway through the first half, and we've had absolutely zilch in front of goal.
There we have, and this might frustrate some of the viewers at home, but again, all it takes is one mistake. This is, of course, 3 versus 3, so if you're not on the same page of your 2 teammates and you're trying to play this possession type of football, all it takes is one misstep, one wrong pass like that, and all of a sudden a team like Bayern Munich can break, but instead it's going the other way.
It's a chance for Barbosa, pops it off, another chance here for Indominator, and it's the first real chance of the match, and it's the first goal of the match, and it's Captain Fantastic yet again. A stunning period of play from Arsenal, like a knife through butter. From nothing, they're 1-0 up.
What a rocket! An absolute rocket from Indominator. Leading goal scorer for Arsenal so far this season. It comes from a turnover in possession from Bayern Munich, but I don't think he'll mind. They'll all count the same, and it's a really nice goal, great finish. And now Bayern Munich have to try and find something out of their box of tricks to come back into this one.
Anything you can do, I can do better, says Indominator to Il Distratore. Trouble is, he might have to grab another 3 goals in this game in order to quite match that so far. But a fantastic goal nevertheless. In terms of formations, are you seeing anything that was surprising you from the 2 teams, or was it as you would expect?
Sort of as you would expect, and I think it will probably remain that way until around the 60-minute mark, depending on how many goals are scored. But if this is one thing we know about Bayern Munich, is that they're going to have a plan B, C, D. They are so well drilled and well accustomed to their squad and playing together for so long that they're going to know exactly what to fall back on.
Corner to be taken by Thomas Müller on the far touchline. Whipped in towards the near post, headed away by Indominator. And now Jose has a chance to recycle the ball back into the area. Alex Alguacil finds Mestre.
Oh, no.
And somehow it's not 1-1. And it really, really should have been. It's a huge chance for Bayern Munich, and it's gone begging.
Yeah, Mestre there. I mean, if you're going to play devil's advocate, even if he gets it on target, he has to beat Indominator controlling this man, Gabriel, and then the goalkeeper as well. But yeah, maybe he should be producing something a bit more quality. I think you're right. Test the keeper there. Maybe hope for a ricochet or something. But, well, Mestre, that was an opportunity I'm hoping he won't be ruining come the end of the match, because that's a rough one to miss.
It was indeed. Barcelona missed a few and rued those in the first game. Question is, will Bayern Munich rue that one? We are right at the end of the first half. It would have been a lovely time to score. It certainly would not be a great time to concede if they were to go down the other end here, Arsenal, and pop the ball in the back of the net, which we know they are more than capable of doing, having done it once. So already today it's in towards David Luiz, gets the flick on, but surprisingly there was no one in the area challenging the goalkeeper.
Yeah, I think if you have someone maybe in that 6-yard area, like you said, challenge the goalkeeper, put a bit of pressure on him, who knows what can happen there.
The old school fox in the box as Thomas Muller now turns provider in towards a near post. And the header, this time, looked destined for the back of the net. They have tested the goalkeeper, and he's come up trumps on this occasion.
He has. Better that time from Mestre. I don't think from that kind of angle you're going to get a better chance than that, and a better result at least. It would have taken something really special to beat the keeper who had his angles covered.
In towards a near post. Mestre just can't quite find a player in red. Fairly happy at the bottom of your screens at the end of that first half. Arsenal, of course, will be the happier, being 1-0 up, but a few promising moments for Bayern Munich at the end of that first half, Harry.
Yeah, I think, as you said, Arsenal the happier. I was just looking at Dominator, a few fist pumps here and there. He was very happy with going into half-time. Let's listen to the Bayern boys.
Voy a quitar los marcajes, ¿vale? Porque también con los laterales al final pues a veces hay que presionar lateral también.
Y seguimos así, la siguiente entra, ¿vale?
Venga.
En la siguiente entra, mete, vamos.
Lo único, lo dejo en ofensivo, porque si no, no llegamos a la presión de ninguna manera, ¿no? Okay.
Dentro el kick-off y luego ya lo bajas, ¿no?
Vale.
Ya lo pone, digo. Luego ya lo pone otra vez arriba. Vamos, niño, vamos.
Vamos.
Ya mucho.
So, second half underway. Cries of vamos at the end of the half-time. Up over the halfway line, Bayern Munich starting the second half on the front foot, looking for that instant equalising goal. It's in towards Alex Alguacil. Right foot shot, saved by the goalkeeper. Again, they're just starting to build some momentum now, Harry.
Yeah, they are, and if there's one thing we know about Bayern Munich, it's that not only are they going to have fallback plans, but also they're not going to get down on themselves. Good job from Bob Oates, just scooping that one out for a corner. I think if he takes a touch there, he's under a lot of pressure in a very dangerous area. So, corner to Bayern, and, well, if anyone was questioning their mentality, the Spaniards for Bayern Munich right now look very pumped up here.
Towards the near post, flicked on, towards the edge of the area, fired away. Koeman challenged by Saka. It's still in the danger area. The referee's pointed to the spot.
Yep.
The defender slid in to win the challenge. He got none of the ball. The referee is pointed to the spot. It has to go down as a defensive error. The question is, will he rue it? Will Bayern Munich make it 1-1? It's going to be Mestre from 12 yards. And he scores. Calm, clinical, and it's 1-1.
Clinical indeed. It was Mestre against Indajawa in the goal for Arsenal. And he's had a few opportunities this game. He's looked lively, did Mestre. Don't forget that one inside the box that we thought should have been the equaliser. This was the foul. Oh. David Luiz is coming in way too late there. Got none of the ball.
No question marks about the penalty, Harry.
No, not at all. That's a stonewall, and look at what it means to the Mestre especially. It's always rough when you have a few chances and you can't seem to find the back of the net. Obviously, it is a penalty, but you've still got to score it. Indajawa guessed the right way, but the finish just too good for Mestre. 1-1.
If there's one thing you can say about Bayern Munich, is just that they will keep on grinding away. looking for that equalising goal, and now they've got it. They might just go full steam ahead looking for the winner. What have Arsenal got in response? They'll just, I would imagine, continue to try and keep possession, but they haven't been able to. And Alex comes, the goalkeeper comes out, then goes back, somehow makes the save. And Matchday just couldn't turn home the rebound. And that's a huge, huge chance for Alex. Usually so ice cool in front of goal. Do you think he was fazed by the on-rushing goalkeeper who then backtracked?
Yeah, absolutely. Credit to Dominator there, realising, hey, if I bring the goalkeeper in vision, then backtrack, like you said, that angle becomes a lot more difficult for Alex to finish that one. But Arsenal living so dangerously, so dangerously.
An awful mistake to give the ball away. And that is one of the negatives of playing this possession-style football.
Oh.
As the header from the near post goes agonisingly wide. And they are dicing with death at this moment in time, Harry.
They are, and it comes back to what I said in the first half. It's all well and good playing possession football, but you're not going to scare your opponents unless you have something to provide in the final third that will make them have to concentrate the entire time. So far, Arsenal are just... they're not as succinct in their passing as we'd like them to be, and they can't seem to break through the Bayern Munich lines.
Good challenge this time, and whacked downfield by Jose. We've not seen a lot from Arsenal in this second half. But in all honesty, we didn't see much of them in the first half, other than that wonderful goal from Indominator. They've had some nice possession without making any true inroads. Now they do! It's that man again! And just when you question what Arsenal will have in their locker after conceding the equalising goal, they yet again, out of nothing, breeze straight through a usually resolute Bayern Munich back line. Stunning finish again.
This goal is so well worked. I think it's Inter the goal scorer, and I think it's his brother actually, Indominator, who provides the assist in the end. The 1-2, everyone was looking towards Indominator, moving one way with Willian, and yeah, there's the smile from Matchday. He knows, yeah, they had us there. They caught us with our pants down, and now Bayern having to come back once again. What a goal that is from Arsenal. Just when I was questioning what they've got in their locker, as you said, Adam, well, they've just shown the entire world and the rest of the league.
This will be a huge result for Arsenal, of course. Alex knows how important this game is.
Take any risk at the back, yeah. If the pressure is high, just clear the ball.
Stiff passes, guys. Come on. Vamos.
I will convert that into, if in doubt, kick it out, Harry.
And it's what they need to do. There's
in
no
old school
reason.
Sunday league.
There's no reason for them to play, a fancy football at this point. We saw them give the ball away a couple of times in very suspect and dangerous areas so far in this second half. They're well worth their 2-1 lead, but they have to defend a lot more, with a lot more authority.
As we said, though, Bayern Munich will just keep grinding away. Wave after wave of German pressure expected in the remaining 20 minutes or so. Plays it short. It's a poor free kick. Of course, knowing Arsenal have already broken them down twice out of nothing, don't be surprised of a third on the counter-attack, possibly, Harry.
Well, again, we say almost every single game of eFootball PES, when you're chasing an equaliser, you have to throw those bodies forward, which is always going to leave you very susceptible to the counter. There is one of those no-nonsense clearances we're seeing from Inter. I have no doubt that Aubameyang up top is going to be the counter target now. But it's about what they do here in the middle third. They can't afford buying too much time and space because we know what they're capable of as we take a little look at the results so far here on Matchday 5.
Yeah, and as we do that, we'll reflect on a naughty challenge there coming in from Arsenal. Of course, themselves looking at a possible Barbosa goal to complete a trio of goals, and every team member being on the score sheet, which would be a lovely team accolade to have.
It would indeed, and especially just to give a bit of confidence to the likes of Pedro Barbosa, who's only got 2 goals to his name so far this season. He was in the top 3, sometimes in the top 2 in last season. So, I mean, the important thing is the 3 points, obviously. But if you can unlock the key to Barbosa's tremendous goal-scoring form, then that, well, I mean, that could turn Arsenal into contenders right there.
Are you suggesting they're not in 3rd position and 3 points to the good potentially so far, Harry?
Well, it's a good point. We don't really consider them up there, but I think 6 points today against Bayern certainly will be involving them in that kind of conversation.
But, of course, we are jumping the gun hugely by claiming that Bayern Munich are going to leave empty-handed as Alex tries to take matters into his own hands. A bit of calm possession again from Arsenal, possibly one of the hardest teams to try and break down when you are behind, because they do keep possession so well, Harry.
Yeah,
as we say that, they almost give the ball away 3 times in a row.
Again, it's, you know, when they're under pressure and they do try and keep the ball in fancy ways, that they are the most susceptible. So this is a good read here from Bayern. If you keep the pressure on, players on the ball, and you cut those passing lanes, you make it as difficult as possible for them to have time and space, there's always going to be a chance that Arsenal, as they've shown so far in this second half, might make a mistake that could get you a goal.
Indeed, as the ball gets played down the right-hand side, whacked away. And now on this left-hand side, 8 minutes remaining here from a huge 3 points for Arsenal Football Club. And it will be Bayern München who will be leaving empty-handed after match 1, searching for points in the second game. With increased pressure, of course, would that be the case? They've not really created too many chances in the second half, Harry. Would that concern you if they don't manage to grab an equaliser?
I think it would. I think it would, but we know the mentality of the Bayern lads. We know that they're not going to rue on this. They've proven time and time again they can come back in the second game, so it might concern them when they look back on the match day as a whole, but I think you have to shake it off if you go into the next game and you haven't found yourself an equaliser. They're pushing for it, though.
It seems to be a theme that runs through the competition as a whole. Bayern Munich don't tend to start games too well, and of course Roxa and co and the other team in this sort of bracket don't tend to end match days very well. Of course, as the ball gets played up towards the right-hand side, Roma being that team in question. As the ball gets played down the left-hand side, Matchday has the chance to play it up, cleared away. And we're deep into the final few minutes here. And slide challenge coming in from David Luiz. Anywhere will do from Indejawa. Listening to his brother's words of wisdom at half-time. Captain Fantastic saying, anywhere, get it out, don't take chances, and that's exactly what he's done there. But they still have possession here. Bayern Munich flicked in. They are so dangerous in the air, and they have a corner deep into stoppage time. It's now or never for Bayern Munich. Can they salvage something?
I think Neuer's coming up for it as well, so maybe a counter.
It's in towards Neuer. And it's gone all the way out of play for a throw. I think the Arsenal number 1 got the flick on to get rid of the ball. And now it comes back in towards a penalty spot. Flicked out again. This is resolute defending from Arsenal, but they've still got a bit of work to do here. Again, Indejawa just smashing the ball up towards a halfway line, but it gets recycled yet again in towards Matchday. He gets a second bite of the cherry, and he can't get any purchase on it, and it's a huge 3 points for Arsenal. Bayern Munich 1, Arsenal 2. Aubameyang in the 66th minute giving them the winner. And Harry, you'd have to say, in a game of very few chances, it was deserved because Arsenal created 2 big chances and took both of them.
Well, this is it. Goals win games, and it's as we said before, when you're playing possession and you have the goals to back it up, it doesn't matter how many chances you create, as long as you're creating and scoring more than the other team. Look at what Barbosa thinks about that result. Very, very happy indeed.
They are really pressed now, man.
Well, I think that was really pressed now, or really impressed. I wasn't quite sure if it was really pressed, and maybe they're looking to go out in the second half like a house on fire and try and take the game to Bayern Munich and again get that early goal, because it seemed to work pretty well.
Yeah, it did. And if you remember, obviously this finish was delightful, and honestly both of Arsenal's goals were really, really nice finishes actually. And if there's something you can take from the game from an Arsenal perspective, you might feel hard done by that Bayern Munich were even able to get a goal, because don't forget they only conceded from a penalty. So yeah, maybe Bayern need to get their shooting boots on. We saw some key saves from them, but it was only really half chances. We saw the one from Matchday, didn't we? As they were able to secure the penalty. That's what the celebrations are for.
Yeah, it was more of a defensive error, wasn't it? He tried to clear the ball, just came in so late. And, of course, a definite penalty. And you thought when it got back to 1-1, this was opening up for Bayern Munich, but it didn't turn out that way, did it?
No, it didn't, because, I mean, following that penalty, don't forget, we saw Arsenal give the ball away in some really dangerous positions, but this goal was so well worked. I was so impressed. I thought after maybe Dominator gets the ball there with, I think it's Willian. I'm thinking he's taking the shot. I really am. I mean, look at all the Bayern defenders moving that way. They all think he's going to take the strike home too. And instead, I mean, he plays it back to his brother. No one's expecting it. And it's a well-deserved and really 2 well-worked goals from Arsenal in that first game.
It almost feels a little bit like it's been an understudy kind of day, where the limelight, the headline acts haven't quite been producing the numbers that, like in Dojoa, for example, he's often played second fiddle to his brother over the last couple of years. You know, again, not doubting his ability at all, but like we mentioned with Ildis Vitore and Eterito, it's a similar sort of thing, and he's come up with a goal there to win the game, and it's lovely to see.
Aquí a matarlo, compadre. Ya está bien.
Vamos, va. No hago marcaje esta vez, ¿vale? Vale.
Y la que pensamos hay que hacerla. No pensemos más de la cuenta. Para adelante. Vamos, Vamos que la enchufamos. Vamos.
It is.
Vamos.
It is good to see. It's good to see the Bayern boys as well, you know, not getting down on themselves. But when you look at Ndojoa's stats, I mean, he's only 1 goal behind his brother, who we've been piling on the praise. I mean, in Dominator, 7 goals, 3 assists so far. Ndojoa, 6 goals, 3 assists. So he's right up there and hanging with his twin. And like you said, it's great to see, because the headline acts might steal the show, but it really is the supporting cast that are making this league so unpredictable this season.
So the second game in the second match of Matchday 5 in eFootball.Pro IQONIQ. It's Arsenal versus Bayern Munich. Arsenal, of course, winning that first game by 2-1. If you missed the game, if you're just joining us now, if you aren't just joining us now, where have you been? Because you've missed an absolute masterclass from Luca Tubelli and Juventus, winning 2-1 and 4-0 against firm favourites, you'd have to say, after Matchday 3, as the chance comes in, and we almost got the first goal for Bayern Munich, and it was a good save in the end.
It was a snapshot from Alex Alguacil. Really was the thing that caught everyone off by surprise. But we'll see what kind of press comes in here from Arsenal. I mean, we heard, as you said, Barbosa there. We're not sure whether or not he's saying he was impressed or whether too pressed. So I think it'll be interesting to see and keep an eye on the intensity of Arsenal's attack here in this second game, whether they'll just fall back on that possession style or whether they'll go a bit gung-ho.
In towards the near post, flicks on, headed away. And it will be a chance for the goalkeeper, Manuel Neuer, to relieve some pressure that was just starting to build. Towards the edge of the area, another chance here for Bayern Munich, another incredible save from the Arsenal number one. Lovely interchange this time.
I thought it was someone else in goalkeeping role for Arsenal, but it's Barbosa. Actually, thinking back to weeks previous, it's not the first time he's produced a really nice manual save. That one, just to get the hand on it, it's really well done.
Yeah. And towards the near post, another chance here for Bayern Munich. It scuffed it high into the air on the swivel. It was a tough one, but we've seen those fly in the past. And Arsenal just a bit under the cosh at the moment, Harry.
And rightly so. Two really early and decent chances for Alex Alguacil. He is, of course, their leading goal scorer. 7 goals on the season so far for Alex. He'd love to make it 8 and even more in this second game after losing the first. But Arsenal, again, are going to look to try and frustrate Bayern here.
Nicolas Pepe tried to play it out towards the right-hand side. Again, it's Bayern Munich. You feel, Harry, that they're going to have to try and spend some time on the flanks if they're to make any inroads here, because Arsenal are quite narrow at the moment, aren't they?
Yeah, try and stretch that back five. And like we said before, it's not a true back five because you have one of the centre-backs sort of playing almost a defensive midfielder role. But here come Bayern.
Another chance here. And it's another chance that comes and goes. Bayern Munich have started by far the better team, but they've got nothing to show for it so far. And worryingly for them, they will know that at this moment in time, if Arsenal get a chance, they generally put the ball in the back of the net. They have been absolutely clinical. So they've got to be careful.
They do. It's another chance for Alex as well. That's his third decent one. I might even classify that as more of a half chance. Based on the angle, you're almost taking a shot there to see if you can maybe snatch a deflection from the goalkeeper and hope it bounces in a dangerous area.
Chance for Indejawa. Now plays it in, looking for Barbosa. Can't pull the trigger. Bayern Munich come away. Now they might have a chance to stretch the game, but again, those Arsenal bodies are back. Really good, solid defending from them. And they are proving a hard nut to crack at this moment in time.
It's just little balls like that, I mean, you have to try and sell the foul there after Dominator gives the ball away. Just needs to watch out for those, because that's how Bayern Munich are going to try and spring the counter. It's after those mistakes, and we saw it in the second half of that first game. They can't allow too many more mistakes to creep in here, Arsenal.
Javi Martinez plays it in, hooked away, up towards William, now Partey, towards the right-hand side. Odegaard. Arsenal just starting to put a little bit more pressure higher up the field, starting to press like they mentioned before the kick-off. Oh, but that's a mistake from David Luiz, and it's a chance here. Wasn't taken. Indejawa gifted Bayern Munich the chance, and I think it was Alex in the end who didn't take full advantage, but he's got another chance here. And again, it's been smacked away.
And I wonder if a bit of confidence comes into play there for Alex. Maybe hesitant to pull the trigger after the couple of chances that have gone wanting for him. Just looking for that surefire pass instead. Didn't play off.
Alex picks it up on the right-hand side, feeds Jose. Bayern Munich now just starting to dominate possession. As we tick towards the final 10 minutes of the first half, a goal now will be crucial. And they've got it. And it's Jose. And it's Bayern Munich 1, Arsenal 0. And we just said they were starting to build a bit of steam. And they've got the breakthrough.
Well, I was going to credit Arsenal actually as one of the teams in the league that I love watching them pass in and around the box. But Bayern Munich have just reminded me how good they are at doing that as well. Again, it's maybe a chance to snatch the ball back that goes one thing for Arsenal, and then you just have so many people coming forward that back line of Arsenal is always being shifted towards the goal. They're going to have to defend with their backs to the goal almost, and it's just so tricky to catch up to it, and you can see the disdain on the faces. Really well worked goal by Bayern, it really was. But I think Arsenal will be a little disappointed with how easy that came here in the 35th minute.
What changes would you make at the moment, Harry? If you were Arsenal, do you think they need to rush anything?
I think it's difficult really to see how they're playing differently from the first game. Let's have a listen to what Bayern think.
Ya, eso es verdad. ¿Tú lo ves como poner a Goretzka? ¿Lo ves ponerlo ya?
Vamos a poner. Que se desesperen ellos también. Si al final van a tener que arriesgar, ¿no?
Sí.
Que no tengan el pase fácil, ¿sabes? Porque después cuando combinan arriba son rápidos.
Eso, estamos un poquito más rápido en las que hay que salir tú y yo sobre todo. Que estamos hundiéndonos mucho. Digo, en las de 3/4 de ellos, ¿sabes?
Sí. Gracias.
Vamos.
Venga, no hemos hecho nada, porque
Venga, vamos.
Seguimos.
Well, we just saw there, Adam, I don't know if you copped for it, but just marking Hector Bellerin for Arsenal. They obviously see him as maybe a bit of an outlet for the North London club. I actually saw the formation that Arsenal were using as well, not the five at the back I thought, as we get confirmation Jose, the goal scorer. It's actually more of a three-back with two defensive midfielders. So it's, as you said before, very compact in the middle, but it's around those wide areas you need to really watch out for.
You do indeed. As Thomas Müller now plays it around the corner. Long ball up towards Matchday. His second goal for Bayern Munich just before half-time could be hugely important in their season. He goes down, another challenge from Rob Holding. The referee says absolutely no. It looked from here like they might have had a case. Question marks for sure. Possibly got the ball as the chance disappears for Bayern Munich. And now it looks like Arsenal will be able to scrape their way to half-time, because they are well and truly under pressure here. And they feel like they might need to regroup, but now they've gone down the other end and they can have the final say in the first half. Again, whacked away. And after 3 minutes of added-on time at the end of the first half, it has finished with a possessional figure of 58% for Arsenal, but crucially, 0 returns, and Bayern Munich with the only goal of the game. Fair, Harry, or would you say that that's a little bit flattering for the Germans?
I wouldn't say it flatters them. I think Arsenal will be really disappointed, and one of the main important things for them to do is obviously break that duck, just to threaten the Bayern goal. They're looking for that perfect chance, aren't they? Maybe try and take a few more risks, and straight from the kick-off, Bayern are looking to do the exact same thing. Maybe try and go long a bit more. We know Bayern do like to use their height and strength and utilise the jumping power they have available to them on their squad. But we'll see what Arsenal's plan B is so far. We're into this second half of the second game. I mean, they're trailing 1-0, nothing really to lose. You already have 3 points in the bag. Why not go for it?
Aubameyang plays it in, gets it back again. There's a 50-50 challenge there. At least the referee's consistent. Plays it short. Oh, it's a mistake there, and it's dropped straight to Aubameyang. It's a huge chance for Arsenal, and he had so much time. You feel he probably could have cut inside and used his right foot, maybe.
that first touch, Adam. It's that first touch from Aubameyang that forces his hand. He has to go that way. The chest inside just... It never happened. He went outside instead, and from then on, the angle was always so difficult. And never really struck it with any conviction either. They've broken the duck, but... Oh, it could have been 1-1.
What on earth were Bayern Munich doing at the back there? Partey plays it up to Odegaard, now finds Saka. Of course, Barbosa, the man, in control. Lovely first-time pass there from Indominator. Whacked away again, time running out for Arsenal. We are heading to the final third. Pepe. Oh, lovely turn there from Barbosa, and smashed into the net by Indominator. A wonderful assist from Barbosa.
Really well worked. As you said, great assist. He might not be chiming in with as many goals as we'd expect of him this season. But what a goal from Arsenal. Not only the assist, as we said before, but just watching Dominator's first touch. Everyone expects him to turn inside. I think it's Matchday who just bites on the turn inside. Instead, he goes near post instead. Lovely back heel, and Neuer gets a piece of it, but not enough. Well, 1-1, and Arsenal somehow, some way are finding their way back into both of these games.
The pure frustration there from Matchday, because they've given Arsenal nothing really in this game, and they've probably had maybe 2 chances, scored one of them, and we're all level again.
Aprovechamos el tiempo ahí, que ve rápido, vamos.
Pues van a estar cagados ahora.
Ya ves. Pero venga, hay que sacar la mejor parte nuestra ahora, ¿eh? Vamos, de cada uno, vamos. Hay que sacarla. Vamos, va.
Oh, it's okay. Wait a second, please.
Okay.
La Juve.
We continue listening.
Oh, yeah, it's gone now.
Right.
So Smith or Ceballos, what do you think? Wait, let me check the passing difference. Smith and Ceballos.
Ceballos maybe, but can Pepe can switch Smith maybe.
Yeah, and Ceballos has better dribbling.
Yeah.
Okay, put Ceballos, so.
Midfield is good.
Yeah.
Okay, in 10 more minutes, 2 more subs, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, come on, boys. On.
Well, just goes to show the levels these guys go to. Looking at all of the stats to make sure that they're choosing the appropriate player for the appropriate position, for the appropriate time in the match as well. They've given themselves a 10-minute window as the ball gets played through. And of course, a draw here is probably a decent result, Harry. They'd probably snap your hands off Arsenal. 4 points from 6.
Well, yeah, we said the same thing when they took 4 points away from Juventus on the previous match day. So they're just sneaking these results through, aren't they? And it's as you said, they were questioning whether or not they wanted, was it Smith Rowe or Ceballos? They were questioning who had the better dribbling stats. In the end, they went with Ceballos because of that. And I wonder, Adam, if that's because they anticipate and expect a bit more of a high press coming in from Bayern Munich to try and put them under a bit of pressure. And obviously, when you have the better dribbling stats, that's a dangerous one.
Well, there was that man there, Ceballos.
You're able to turn away from danger.
Exactly. So, time running out here to find a winner. Bayern Munich, of course, a point here would see them remain outside of the crucial places, the crucial top 6. Arsenal would be well and truly in the mix. But a lot can change in 20 minutes of eFootball.Pro IQONIQ, as it is another pass in towards Barbosa. The offside flag is raised.
And just looking at that live league table, Adam, if Arsenal were able to snatch a winner, they would go top. They would be top of the league. I mean, obviously, we still have 3 more matches to come, so 6 more teams still to play and update that league table with the points wherever relevant. But because we saw Barcelona, who started today top, drop all of their points, if Arsenal get a winner, they'd be top.
Like you said, it goes to show what one performance, one result can do. 6 points given away, really, by Barcelona has allowed the whole of the chasing pack a huge amount of hope.
I wonder if that's in their minds right now, Arsenal. I wonder if they paid attention to the result, the Barcelona-Juventus result at the top of this match day. I wonder if they've figured out the mathematics in their heads and whether or not they know exactly what's at stake here.
Well, I think based on that clearance alone, they might just be happy with 1 point here in this second game, which would see them take 4 again. I suppose, Harry, you've got to look at it like this: if you take 4 points from every game week, you're going to be sitting very, very pretty. It would be unbeaten in 2 match days. At least, I can't remember their full results in match day 2 or match day 3, if you've got those to hand. There's David Luiz now has the chance to fire the ball up towards the right-hand side. Reece Nelson can't get under the line of the ball, so it's out of play for a throw on the far touchline. 15 minutes for Bayern Munich to find a goal which would surely see them take all 3 points, and they would be crucial in this season as a whole, because another 1 point showing here could be fairly damaging for the German Giants. But at this moment in time, they can't get the ball off Barbosa and co. It's in towards Dominator. Tries to find his brother. And Alex is out to claim the cross and fires up towards Mestre, who wins the flick on brilliantly. Back towards Alex again. Again, this resolute Arsenal back line, though. And, well, they were talking about Ceballos and Smith. They said Smith had better passing. Well, maybe had Smith had been on, he might have made that pass then.
Well, to answer your query about the last time Arsenal lost, it was all the way back on matchday 3.
There you go, stats man, that's why you're here.
Against Manchester United, 4-2 it was in that second game. 3 points apiece shared by the 2 English clubs in the eFootball.Pro IQONIQ. And, well, if they were able to weather this final storm from Bayern Munich, it would be another match day. It would be 2 match days in a row where they go unbeaten.
Well, they are playing very dangerously at the moment. With 5 minutes remaining, Bayern Munich are in the ascendancy and making all the right moves. They just couldn't quite play the pass.
It was a mix-up. Did you see Mestre was controlling the player but switched off, and then Alex switched on to the player in possession? I don't think Alex was expecting that. That's so unfortunate. Such a mix-up.
In such a crucial place on the pitch as well. One right pass there and you've got yourself a winning goal, because there were numbers over in the middle. That's a real let-off for Arsenal, a get out of jail, whatever you want to call it. Anywhere will do again. Bayern Munich still trying desperately to grab a last-minute winner, but it's Arsenal that yet again have possession. Something we've seen a lot of over the 2 games today. Staring 4 points from a possible 6, but they could potentially go and win it here. It's in Daujua, it's in towards Barbosa. And we were talking about how they've not managed to find the goals from Barbosa so far this season. And yet again, he might have just proved to score one of the most important goals of the season so far. Incredible scenes for Arsenal.
Well, with that goal, Arsenal are heading to the top of the league. Unbelievable. When when you expect Barbosa to turn up and clutch up in these types of situations, I mean, Dominator almost inadvertently gets in his way. But form is temporary, class is permanent. Wonderful vision from Indajawa, and the finish just breaks the hearts of Jose, Alex and Miguel Mestre. And look at what it means. Passion in abundance for the North London club.
Look at the two sets of emotions from the two teams. You had a look of despair from Jose. You had Mestre taking off his headphones, Alex biting his hand. And then the three Arsenal boys were jumping for joy. And that is exactly what we have here. An incredible situation. And the emotions are right
Clear the ball and bam.
on the cusp at all times.
And it's over. Come on.
Sliding or something else.
Yeah, like this, man.
Okay. Do everything, yeah, boys. Just clear the ball, man. And don't forget press with the midfield, yeah. If they have the ball in the middle, press.
Okay. Yeah, pressing here is going to be so vital for Arsenal after restart. I mean, you have maybe one last chance if you're Bayern. Just need to be wary here, Arsenal. We know how good Bayern are. They have to go forwards.
It's literally now or never. It's the final attack of the match. It's the final kick. It's out towards the left-hand side. If they can get it into the area, the referee will allow play to continue. They've into the area. It's a chance for Lewandowski. It's cleared away. Surely the referee rings again to an end. It's an incredible result for Arsenal Football Club. It's 2-1. It's a last winner. And it's Barbosa who's got it. And this will send shockwaves through the league. And Arsenal, as you said, Harry, are heading to the top. They're heading to the summit. And it's incredible to see.